What is poppin', y'all? It is your man, Cloudboy Bales. And we are to our final episode of Weekly Wednesday predictions for this season. And obviously, we're going over the big granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl. We have a rematch between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles from 2 years ago. I remember that game. It was a great game. Went all the way down to the end. Kansas City Chiefs kicked the field goal to pretty much win them the game in the closing seconds. And I just remember it being a fantastic game. These two teams, have faced a lot of adversity this season. The Philadelphia Eagles, they almost win the Super Bowl. The very following year, it looked like, they were going to be great, and then they just fell apart. They knew they needed to do something that would make them relevant, which is why they signed Saquon Barkley. And ever since then, the Philadelphia Eagles have been just one of the most outstanding teams to watch. Saquon Barkley makes their team better. That's what's really important. Their defense definitely improved. They got a lot of great draft picks. And that's why the Eagles are continuing to show their dominance and their success in any sort of way. Now let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs. You got an old Travis Kelce. You got some older veteran wide receivers. You lost Rashee Rice for the season. That was a brutal loss. But, you got Hollywood Brown, you signed him to a cheap deal. You also signed DeAndre Hopkins as a veteran wide receiver. And their defense and their defensive coordinator remain the best in all of football. That is why the Chiefs have managed to win all their games, is because their defensive coordinator has been coming through in the right moments. Before we pick a winner, obviously, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and obviously I'll get down to business. So these two teams, I'm just going to do a little reminder of how these two teams got to where they are from the playoffs. First off, we'll start with the AFC champ, the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs had pretty much only one true loss going into the postseason against the Buffalo Bills. And, it's been very interesting. To say the least, it's just been one heck of a battle, for every single game. But Kansas City has gotten through by luck. First game, their divisional round game against the Houston Texans. Even though Houston proved worthy and their defense actually was trying to hold on to do whatever, Kansas City still managed to hold on, and their defense really got them through with a big victory against the Houston Texans. That's a great one. Very following week, the same thing happened. Their defense did come through when it mattered against the Buffalo Bills, and, a lot to say. And two, when somehow the refs are really seemingly wanting to help the Chiefs more than any other team, it's pretty weird how everyone says the NFL's rigged at this point. But you know what? I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening, but yeah, that's kind of what's happened That's kind of what's happened as of recently. The Philadelphia Eagles, on the other hand, they get a good dominant victory against the Packers. Then they go on to face the Rams in a big thriller game that came down to the very end. And then very following week, they blow out the Commanders in easy fashion. And that's why the Eagles are where they are at. And every single game that I have watched the Eagles play this season, Saquon Barkley is the reason why they're winning. They have a great defense, and don't get me wrong, their defense is great. But Saquon Barkley is what's got them there. And I feel like this game, it really depends on, for the Chiefs, if they want to win, they need to be able to stop Saquon Barkley. That is going to be the huge key for the Kansas City Chiefs defense. For the Kansas City Chiefs the Kansas City Chiefs offense, it's hard not to say, Patrick Mahomes can get it done. Yeah, he can get it done. We know that. We've seen that time to time. The Eagles' key to winning this game, I say more so would be Jalen Hurts has to go off. It always came down to Saquon Barkley doing his thing. It's always come down to the defense really making some great plays. But if the Philadelphia Eagles want to win this game, Jalen Hurts is going to have to come out with this big performance, just like he did against the Chiefs 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. We need to see that Hurts again, where he just was balling and he just really couldn't be stopped. We need that. We need that out of Jalen Hurts. And that is the only thing that is going to pretty much make sense with everything. So finally, as it comes down to picking a winner, man, I mean, it's hard not to say the Chiefs. But I guess in any circumstance, anytime a team faces each other in the Super Bowl, if there is a rematch, history obviously remains as it is. Usually, the team that beats the team the first time around will beat that team the second time around. So with that being said, I feel like we're going to get a great high-scoring game. I think this is going to be a great game. I know people are like, I'm not watching. But no, I'm watching. I think we're going to get a great game. And with that being said, I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win the three-peat for the first time in the Super Bowl era. Yes, I'm sick and tired of getting slandered because I made a post about, the Packers, look at the Packers. They did a three-peat twice, but that wasn't considerably Super Bowl era, even though the other three-peat, 2 of those games were. But you know what? It is a big accomplishment to see the Chiefs do this, and obviously everyone wants to see the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce get engaged and Travis Kelce get retired and blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, that's all I can say. But you know what? It'll be a great game regardless of what happens. So if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, what a heck of an NFL season it has been. Weekly Wednesday prediction will premiere September next season, and we will see you next time.